Hi everyone, and welcome to Virtual Junior Church for this week. Now today we're going to think about another one of Jesus's miracles, and I wondered as I thought about it whether doing 3 miracles in 4 weeks was quite a lot. But as we're heading towards Easter, when we see Jesus's greatest miracle of all, I decided it would be fine, and actually it's good to think about how amazing Jesus was when he lived on earth. So I'd just like you to begin by looking at these beautiful daffodils. I'm not quite sure how well you could see them behind me, so I'll just bring them forward. Look, they're absolutely beautiful. They're so bright and yellow. They smell, I know you can't do this, but they smell beautiful. But how would you describe them to somebody? You might describe their colour. You might describe their smell. You might describe their shape, what they feel like, and so on. But I'm not sure you could describe them well enough that somebody could actually picture them properly and really understand what they're like. Imagine now not being able to see anything. I don't think I would like that at all. And today's miracle is all about a blind man called Bartimaeus. And we can find this miracle in Mark's Gospel in chapter 10. Then they came to Jericho, that's Jesus and his disciples. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city, a blind man, Bartimaeus, whose name means son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside begging. When he heard it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet, but he shouted all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called to the blind man, "Cheer up, on your feet, he's calling you." Throwing his cloak aside, he jumped to his feet and he came to Jesus. "What do you want me to do for you?" Jesus asked. The blind man said, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "I want to see." "Go," said Jesus, "your faith has healed you." Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus along the road. Bartimaeus sat at the roadside and he shouted to get Jesus' attention. The people around him, it said, rebuked him and told him to be quiet, which means they told him off, basically, and told him to be quiet. But Jesus didn't. Jesus said, "Come to me." But notice what Jesus was shouting. He wasn't shouting, "Jesus, Jesus, heal me, I want to be able to see." He was shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me," which means, look after me and care about me. And it wasn't until Jesus spoke to him face to face, one to one, and asked what Bartimaeus wanted, that he said he wanted to be able to see again. And then Jesus told him that his faith, Bartimaeus' faith, had made him well. On that day, Bartimaeus didn't just receive his physical sight, but also, I imagine, he suddenly understood an awful lot more about Jesus. As we learn more about Jesus and spend more time praying, reading our Bibles, going to church to spend time with other Christians, we gain much more spiritual sight with other people into who Jesus is and what impact he has on our lives. We, like Bartimaeus, can have our eyes open to who Jesus is and why we should follow him. So I've sent you this week 2 activities to do, both of which rely on you being blindfolded. And I've sent them to you. One's a game and one is to try and colour a picture without being able to see it. And I've sent them to you to try and help you understand what it's like to be blind, and also what it's like, how much to appreciate the fact you can see things around you. And then the prayer activity follows on from these things. It's to go for a walk, and as you go, notice what you see. So often when we walk around, we just look down and that's all we see is what's immediately in front of us. But actually, if you look around, there is loads of stuff you can see. And then thank God for all those things that you see. Turn it into a prayer. As church reopens next week for worship, we have the chance to meet together, to come back to as Christians together in the same place to worship God and learn more about him. If it's safe for you and your family to come back to church, I urge you to get back into that habit and to see other Christians again. If it's not safe, then these virtual junior church sessions will carry on. Next Sunday is also Messy Church on Zoom, which is going to be loads of fun, as well as us learning more about Jesus and how much fun we can have being Christians. If you haven't booked yet, there is still time. Just send an email to christchurchpreston@gmail.com And then sometime this week, we'll deliver to you a bag of goodies ready for you to do that next week. So have a great week, and I look forward to seeing lots of you very soon. Bye.